Look, they call him Coach Loggins. Born and raised, he from Chi-Town. Spreading love to the East Coast, it's a rap now. The game's over, it's winning season, I should've told you. Coach Loggins, the winning team, it's the takeover.
Hey guys, Dan Loggins here with the All the Way Up podcast, episode number 4. Boy, am I so excited today. Listen, I'm going to start this one out quick and short and sweet, but I do want to send some shout outs to some supporting people in this, and that people that I support and I like what they do. And one of the first one is Bun B. Those of you that know Bun B, Trill Burgers, West Coast Burgers. Bun B, thank you so much for watching the All the Way Up podcast. Let me tell you, he's got food trucks. He's got this, plus it's UGK. Who couldn't love UGK growing up in the 90s and 2000s like I did? Next shout out. Loving what you do, Bun B. Keep doing it. Next shout out, Doug Flutie. Doug Flutie, the GOAT. Let me tell you something. Can throw football, played 21 seasons in the National Football League as a quarterback, starting at 12 of them. Great job. Thank you, Doug, so much for supporting the All the Way Up podcast. Next is Flex Lewis. Big Flex, shout out. This guy, undefeated 7-time Mr. Olympia. Mr. Olympia, 7-time undefeated fitness guru. Thank you, sir, for checking out the podcast. I check out your stuff, and thank you for your support. And then lastly, I'll throw this in there, but DJ Pauly D, really? Yeah, buddy. DJ Pauly D, thank you so much for what you do and the support. I'm glad you watch it. Your music is great. Your shows are great. Keep doing what you're doing. And then lastly, I want to thank my supporters that are watching this, that watch it, that follow me, that like, that make comments. And at the same time, hey, if you haven't liked it or subscribed to it or made a comment, please do so. Your support is very much appreciated. I also threw out there, got some merch that was released. You got to keep your eyes out to get it. That's my little secret. So in today's podcast, we're going to slide right into back to M, okay? Back into mindset, motivation, mentality. The 3 M's of what you need to be successful. So today we're really going to get into, I know there's a lot of people out there struggling. Before we go any further, I want to make sure each one of you, if you got to take a break or grab a drink of water or a snack, you're going to need it. This will be the best 20 minutes you sat through. But there's a lot of people out there struggling right now, a lot of people having hard times. And, you know, the one thing that you have to do when things are good, you have to do them when they're bad. And you have to be consistent. So we're going to step right into the first one, which is mindset. And we're going to drill into a little bit of mindset right now. And how I want to drill into this is, number one, today's going to be about healthy thoughts and healthy things and things that will help you get through tough times, things that have worked for me or worked for people I know. And the first one, like I said, mindset. The biggest thing that people have to do is they got to have a clear mindset and understanding that most people are their own worst critic. But people are not perfect as human beings, and they make mistakes. And people have to understand that mistakes will happen. In some people's minds, they can't get past when they make a mistake. But I will say this, anybody that has won has failed before. In order to become first, you were probably last or halfway there sometime in your career or sometime in your life. But I'll tell you this. When you look at the Michael Jordans of the basketball games, the Arnold Schwarzeneggers, you look at the GOATs, right? Steve Harvey of the TV GOATs and the Family Feud and all these people, DJ Pauly D and the music, and you go all the way down the list of people that have done it for years, and over Usher at the Super Bowl and things like that, because they have a great mindset. When they go on stage, when they perform, when they do what they do every day, they have a great mindset. If you have a job, whether it's an hourly job or a commission-based job, you still have to go in with a great mindset. Don't look at what you're getting paid, because if you want to make more money, you got to play the part and be more money. You got to act more money. You got to dress the part and have a clear mindset. You can't always assume that your supervisors or people are upset at you. Listen, I don't want to tell you not to care what other people think, but don't care what other people think. Care what they think, but don't really care what they think. If you believe in something and you have a clear mindset and you're making good decisions and your decisions are not affecting other people, and you're not breaking the law, but you're only affecting people in a positive way, that's a great mindset. So when you go through your day today, I want everybody to take a look at what are the things that take your mindset backwards? What are the things that set you back as you're gaining momentum? Ask yourself that question. As you're gaining momentum, what stops you from moving to that next level? And when you find out what piece of that stops you from moving to the next level, you'll fix it. Or you have to roll over it and move on. And sometimes you have to forget about yesterday, learn from it, and move forward. You can't just keep sitting there, oh, I can't believe I missed that shot yesterday. If you keep worrying about yesterday, you'll never make the shot today. So on the mindset side, very important that one thing that the coach here will give you today, all right, is start each day as a new day. Get up in the morning, put your goals in place, put your action plans in place, your 2 goals, your action plans for the day. Have a good mindset when you're doing that. Have a focused mind that's going to get through your task for the day, and understand that nothing will get in your way of completing your task, because you'll feel great about yourself and you're going to understand why you did it. Example, I'll use the sales business, for example, the car business. If you're a salesperson and you're struggling in the car business, or you're a commission-based salesperson out in the everyday world, you need to wake up every day with a great mindset and an idea of what you're going to do, who you're going to get in front of, who you're going to close a deal with, and who you're going to sell your product to. And when you get up in the morning, if you have no roadmap and you're just showing up to work, you're not going to have that. If you're expecting people to come to you to spend money, that does not happen. This isn't Chick-fil-A. I hate to say it, they got people lined up around the building to spend money there. We're not that. Most businesses aren't that. Most businesses, if they're retail, if they're solar energy, if they're solar power, if they're lighting, electricians, contractors, all these people that do these jobs and bid, painters, all these people got to have a good mindset when they go in, or you end up with a not okay job. There used to be an old saying, if you had a General Motors vehicle built back on a Monday or a Friday, it wasn't going to be the best vehicle. People used to say, was it built on Tuesday through Thursday? And I was a kid, so I go, what does that mean? Because they say that people weren't as focused on Monday and they weren't as focused on Friday. But Tuesday through Thursday, they produced the best cars according to statistics from the past. So step 1, have a great mindset. This is part of the 3 M's, right? Number 2, we're going to get into the motivation part of it so that you can carry your mindset and stay with a good mindset. So when you get into the next part, which is motivation, you must have the motivation to want to do it. And the best thing I can tell you is most people can't paint a picture to look at what the future would look like if I do this, this, and this. Meaning, if I'm motivated and I'm getting up earlier than anybody else, and I'm getting my day started, I'm going to be motivated to get things done. Some people will get up at 7:30 or 8 o'clock for a 9 o'clock job. Let me tell you something. You're not going to get it done that way. You know, if you have to be up early in the morning, you have to get up earlier than what you're anticipated to get up. So part of being motivated is being prepared and knowing what you're going to do the night before. So what I say is, you got the mindset set, so step 1. Step 2 is, how are you going to motivate yourself to do this? I can just tell you this. If you're a commission-based person, or you want to make more money in your business, or you just want to make more money in general, you have to have growth day over day. You have to go through trials and tribulations and pain of growing. There's not one person out there that just lives life carelessly, enjoys it 24/7, and they have money that they can pay their bills. There's a skill to this. And these days, it's so hard to get good employees to just do good things in the world. This is anywhere. All of you have used customer service when you go places. You've been to a gas station. You've been to a nice restaurant. You've used online services. And I hate to say it, but most of the time, those people aren't motivated. That's why we get bad service 70% of the time in the world right now, because 70% of the people just don't care. So when you start your day and you're motivated to accomplish your goals and you understand, okay, if I sold this many clients today a product, and I need to sell this many clients to hit my goal at the end of the month, what should your goal be? To give you an example, if you need to sell 25 clients per month in your job, which is 24 to 26 working days, how many do you need a day at that point? So you need one client guaranteed per day. Okay? If you're halfway through your month and you're not there, you got to really take a look at that. The second thing is you have to make sure you're doing the basic things to be motivated to make it work. So if you want to motivate it yourself, number one is you ask yourself, do I know how to do this? Do I know the direction I need to go in? And is this executable? Like, can this actually happen? So to give you an example, if I want to move that number from 25 to 50, I want to move that number to 50 active clients that I'm going to sell. This could be anything that you're selling. You would probably have to double your production. It's not just going to happen. You would have to be motivated to either double your phone calls, to know there's a net reflect off that you're going to get. You're going to get a net return on that. You're going to make something off that. But yes, you're going to have to work harder to get double. Double just doesn't happen. So you got to be having the right mindset. Then you got to be motivated to do double. Are you going to work harder to do double, or do you expect it just to come your way? So you got to be motivated to understand you have to have that healthy mindset. You got to be motivated in a healthy way and do things the right way to move forward. And I'm going to tell you this. One of the biggest things I learned that not only motivates people but motivates myself is smiling. Smiles are free and they return thousands back to you. Smiles are free, guys. The more you smile and the more you appear that you're having fun, the more customers are interested and the more people are interested. You can feel that vibe and that energy off of them. You feel like you're not important to them, and therefore you critique all the services that have happened. But if you got the right mindset and you're motivated, you're going to go into this smiling all day. Your customers are going to smile because it's contagious, and you're going to have fun in doing it. And I'll tell you this, if you're in the business of selling to people and reselling to people, and you pick up a phone and you deal with customers, you have to be smiling on the other side of the phone, even if they can't see you. You have to be standing in your seat and stand up and call your people and be excited. Listen, if you're not excited, why would they be excited to come to you and spend money with you? Think about that. If you're not excited, why are your people going to spend money and pay you a fortune to do it? Okay, example, you look at the iPhone, it's $1,600 for an iPhone. The new Android, Samsung, $1,600 for that. It costs these guys $99 to build one of these phones. And I want you to think about this for a second. You're not getting a discount on them. And you're going in getting a product that you know works and it's understood how it works. And if you go into an Apple store, you get one level of service. Every time you go into an Apple store, you get one level of service. You go into these new Google stores now, or these Android stores that are like Apple stores, right? And it's the same thing. So if you're in the business of discounting people and taking care of it, you need to look at what you're doing. Is your mindset right? Are you motivated? Why are you discounting in your business? You should never discount your product. You think that I'm going to walk into Apple and tell them, hey, I need half off of an Apple phone to buy it today? They're going to tell me to leave. They're going to tell me to go buy a Samsung Galaxy One, the first one that came out, because I get that for free with a phone line. But if you're not motivated to be excited, it just won't happen. If you can't show your product in a motivating manner to your customer like you're acting, you're not going to do well. If you don't have consistency, you're not going to be motivated with yourself. If you don't have a path to go down, you will not be motivated for yourself. Here's another racket that I'm going to tell you that makes a lot of money. Starbucks. We'll take Starbucks, for example. Starbucks is another company that they take a cup, they drop a couple pumps in this thing, they got a good process, they go through, they're always busy. and they pump and they fill it with water and they shake it and you get it. What do you think the markup is on that? But 99% of the time you deal with a happy person behind the counter that's motivated, that's got a great mindset, and that's why you go there. And some people go to local Starbucks regularly because of that. Now think about this. If all of us on this podcast right now was to open up a brand new business and we were to actually go up and I say, hey guys, let's open a business. How would we open a business to do better than somebody else? So we're going to ask that question. Let's say we wanted to open a Starbucks. Something like Starbucks, but do better. Companies have tried and they failed. So we got to be consistent and we got to be communicating to our customers, and they got to know when they come in, it tastes the same every time. When they get their drink with 5 pumps of this and 3 pumps of that, it's got to taste the same. But the second somebody comes into the market and does it better than Panera or Starbucks or any of these guys and offers a better service and more consistency, and everybody's smiling and everybody's motivated and everybody's happy. Listen, it's a perfect world. I get it, but it can happen. And guess what? Starbucks or Panera would be put out of business if that one person could come do it. Go back to years ago when you had Circuit City, right? And Best Buy was struggling. Best Buy made sure Circuit City went bye-bye. H.H. Gregg came into the market, opened up all these new businesses from Circuit City's model, bought the business and failed miserably. Why? Because there was no customer service. They were not being nice to the customer. So motivating you today to make sure that you deliver 120% to whoever you work for. If you work for yourself, deliver 120%. Motivate people around you and yourself at 120%. If the people around you aren't happy, get them happy. Get them motivated. Paint a picture, a vision of how things can look when we hoist that trophy, when we win, when we cross that finish line, when we send that football down 70 yards and it's caught for a touchdown. Explain how that looks when you sell your 45th car in 1 month. That's what this is, guys. This is all about staying with a good mindset and motivating yourself to move forward. And the last part of the 3 M's, mentality. And they all run together, because if all 3 of them aren't on key top and you're not on point, those 3 items will not work well together. And lastly is mentality. You need to have good mental health. I always tell everybody, there's nothing wrong with a break. There's nothing wrong with taking a few minutes out of your day and jumping in your car and going to get a breath of fresh air. There's nothing wrong with just taking 5 minutes to yourself, but you got to have a clear mind and mental thought throughout the day, and it's got to be healthy, and you got to think good things. And I'll tell you, sleep is one of those things that will help with that. Plenty of water, plenty of fluid, being healthy, go to the gym. If I can tell you kind of what my day looks like, my day starts at 5 a.m. I go to the gym. I get back from the gym and I say hi to my kids. You know what I mean? And I see my wife, and then I go off to work. But if I was going to be a lazy bum, I could lay in bed till 7, not see my kids, and I wouldn't have a clear mindset. I wouldn't have a clear mentality, and I wouldn't be motivated to do anything if I'm waking up at 7 or 8 and chasing my tail because work starts at 8 or 8:30 or 9. And I'll tell you, I don't have a schedule. I work all the time. There's not a schedule because success comes in work. So having a great mental mindset is very important. I always tell people, if you're going to go in somewhere, it's lights, camera, action. If you're going to go into your place of business and you got something weighing on you, I say take that imaginary stuff, because it's imaginary if it's weighing on you. It doesn't really affect you, it just affects your mind. Throw it in a bag, right? And carry that bag around with you. But when you walk into your house, you leave that bag outside. So when you walk into your house, you have a clear mental mindset. When you walk into your place of business, you leave that bag right outside the door. Because guess what? When you leave, you can pick it back up and bring it with you. Why bring it into your everyday? Why bring it in and ruin more? There's nothing that you can do right away most of the time to fix anything anyway. So most of the time, you got to process it out. That's how you get healthy mentality. And you got to stay focused on that bag of trash. How long are you going to carry that around for? And I beg and I encourage each and every one of you to actually try this. Grab that imaginary bag, whatever it is. You could be fighting with your spouse, significant other, family member, a friend, somebody at work, and take all that frustration, open up your bag, and throw it in that bag. Close that bag. When that bag is closed in your hand like mine is right now, I'm happy. See this? I'm happy. I have it right here. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it, and before I go into my place of business or before I go into my house, I'm not bringing this around other people because I'm not bringing them down. And I'm going to set that bag down right there, right by the door, and I'm going to walk in. And if I still need to pick it up when I walk out, then I can worry about finalizing whatever I need to do or getting that total feel-good state of what I did and the decision I made. You have to be focused on yourself. You have to be focused on winning in what you do. Meaning, it doesn't matter what you do. If I want everybody to win, I want you guys to win. And I'm going to tell you, we win together. If you want to make a lot of money, it starts by winning. It starts by these things: mindset, motivation, mentality. It starts by setting goals and having action plans, future action plans, and actually painting the picture like Picasso and having an answer. Having an answer, getting done. Because if you ever see somebody paint a picture, they start, you don't know what it is, they get halfway through, you're like, oh my goodness, I can see it. But then it ends up not even being that. So you got to have a clear picture of where you're going. What are you going to do 3 years from now? What are you going to do 5 years from now? What are you going to do 10 years from now? Where are you going to be, and where do you want to be in your life? And I know there's a lot of people struggling out there. And listen, what I can tell you, smiles are free. Be prepared. Be ready to go. Take care of your things and take care of the people around you. But I can just most importantly tell you, leave no stone unturned by the end of the day. When you get done through the day, if you put a list of things to do, go through your list and do those. I promise you, when you accomplish everything you set out for you for the day and you leave no stone unturned, you will get home and you will feel accomplished. There's an old saying, you cannot climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pocket. Are your hands in your pocket? Are your hands writing things down? Are your hands working on your mindset, your mental health, your motivation side? Are you working on that? Or are you just pushing it off to the side for someone else? That's what this is about. I want to help you guys by letting everybody understand that if it's easy, I would say it's easy. It's not. But something that I've learned to do is I've learned to take the punches, roll with the punches, inch by inch, right? Yard by yard, mile by mile. And I'm going to tell you, if you take one or two things out of what I said, it would be great for you. It's been great for me. Do you want to double what you're doing? Do you want to give it 120%? I know I do. And I'm just going to tell you, I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. I can't wait till we get to this next podcast because I'm going to dig even deeper into this stuff that I had to do to move forward in my career. You know, I'm almost 50 years old. I've lived through a lot of different stuff, but I will tell you this. One thing I always tried to have was a clear mindset when I was in front of people. Have a motivating personality and have a good mentality. Listen, does everybody like me? No. I don't really care if everybody likes me or not. But what I do care is that I treat people respectful and I give them something good. This isn't costing any of you a dime, whether you like to listen to it or not. I'm not asking for any of that. I want to be able to help you to grow, motivate your family, your lives, your careers, and have fun doing it. And we could do this journey together. Guys, this has been the All the Way Up podcast. Coach Loggins out.
Look, they call him Coach Loggins. Born and raised, he from Chi-Town. Spreading love to the East Coast, it's a rap now. The game's over, it's winning season, I should've told you. Coach Loggins, the winning team, it's the takeover.